Right, guys, welcome back. I'm going to show you how I entered these two trades here. It gave me 10.25%. This was all done before it closed out before 9:15. So that's 10% before 9:15. If that's a 140k funded account, that's 14 grand in the morning before you got your day to yourself. So right, I'm going to show you kind of what I was seeing. Right, I won't go. We don't really need the higher time frames so much on this. We'll go to the 10-minute. Yeah, this is the 10-minute. So as you can see, it actually rallied up a lot more later on, which would have been very nice profit, but it's still good profit anyway. So yeah, I woke up with a fresh head to view the market. This is EU. Let's go big screen again. So yeah, look, I woke up again around about 6:30ish, and we'd created this top trend line here. So I thought, well, there's money straight away above that. This is the previous daily high as well, and because of on the hourly, I was looking at buys into a higher part of the discount, if that makes sense. But I was looking at buys from the higher time frame anyway. So I had buys in my head. We created a liquidity level there. We created this liquidity. We actually took that out. So I was looking. So I'd marked up the first candle before the little up thrust there that actually took this high here. So I don't know if you can hear my stomach's rumbling. Definitely going to eat after this. And obviously, we'd not broke any major lows. That's from the other video, so ignore that. So we were kind of just retracing back a little bit, but we were making liquidity in the process. We made ourselves a double top there. So the retail double top there, they'll be selling there. We've got the trend line here, sells, sells, sells. We got people buying there. We take them out. We actually tap into the 10-minute demand block. Nice and simple. I was aiming to take the daily high out, but I'll tell you what else I was looking at. So this line here is for the UK. This is basically the Asia starts. 11 p.m. I put my Asia line on. So the high of the Asia range is that point there. If I make that a little bit clearer. Let's dot it, shall we? And the low of the Asia was about 7 o'clock. So we did actually. So that is 7. We did actually take that out but I know people do actually say the Asia range is more like 6 a.m. But that is way up there. But we've created trend line anyway. So either way, let's put it on 6 a.m. We don't want it purple because no one can see it. So, right. So I know I wanted to actually take out the Asia low. In fact, that's not even the low. What's wrong with me? That's the low, yeah, lemon. So I wanted to take this Asia low out, tap into the order block like we did, or at least wait for confirmation on the lower time frame, and then buy to take out the daily high. I didn't want to be too greedy and actually take out the high, just in case we had a bit of a reaction off this wick and we sunk for a bit, and then it's just longer you're in the market for an unnecessary reason. So I put 2 trades on. I'll show you. Excuse me, before I just go in there. So I entered the first one off the order block, kind of set a buy limit there. I was watching it, but I was trying to get ready for the gym, and I thought, you know what, I'll put it on just in case. But while I watched it, that got triggered in, and then this is the 10-minute, and as you can see, we slowly went up. But I'm going to drop down to the 1 minute. Let's put these lines on there. Right. Let's get rid of some of these lines. It looks very messy at the minute, so just bear in mind. What's that? Oh yeah, so that's where it's swept. Get rid of that now. So We wanted to take the lows. Right. So yeah, we'd followed the supply, we'd tapped down, we'd broke the low. This supply was left, so I did actually want to see a reaction from it, and we did. We tapped that and we dropped down a bit. That's always a scary moment when you're in profit and it sinks down, because you never know with the market. These darker green ones, they've been mitigated. So I was following it in the morning a little bit. When I woke up, I was tracking where it had gone like the day before. So we'd created the trend line. We'd got these kind of areas. We had a little bit of imbalance there before this candle. So let's get it on. Let's get it on. I won't start singing, don't worry, because my singing voice is terrible. Right, so I was ideally waiting for this extreme demand. But obviously the first one I was in anyway. So the first one I had on the 10-minute buy limit that got triggered, and it triggered me in. Great. We had a little bit of trend line liquidity on the 1 minute here. We actually took that out. We had a free touch on there as well, and then another touch there, and then yeah. So basically, I wanted to take the Asia low out, which we did. Perfect. We nearly tapped into the extreme, but I was in it on the 10-minute anyway. Yeah, and I was aiming for the daily high, because it's nice to aim for the daily high, previous high, or the daily low, because there's always liquidity there, because people just think it's safe to put their stop loss above the daily low or daily high. It is not. Do not do that, because it will more than likely get wicked, and then you'll be pissed off because the trade sells when you're trying to sell, but your stop loss wasn't high enough or whatever. So yeah, so I was following it a bit there. We got demand broke, so I thought, well, supply's taking over for a minute after this. So we got one. That's not a wick. So two, three touches. That actually, this supply area, that broke this demand. So I was being a bit wary, but I was expecting this big impulse to happen. We don't really predict, we just kind of react. You predict sometimes, but if you can react, it's better. So yeah, the first one, like I said, 10-minute order block, that got triggered in, and then I was watching the trade, and we actually wicked away. So we wicked through this trend line, but that wasn't enough. We had this higher trend line here, and we had the Asia high, and we had the daily high. So there was a lot of confluences saying buy. So as soon as that retraced back down here, tapped into these wicked areas here, I actually got in manual, and I set for a 5%. So this was a 1% risk, because I had so many confluences on my side, and the same with this one. Obviously that one I had to cover the very low, and this one I was confident in just covering the low of what's happened already, because we did wick past this as well, but everything was saying buy to me. I had like four or five confluences to say buy. So you know what, sod it, let's get in. And sometimes you've just got to say fuck it, let's go for it. You're going to win or lose. There's only two outcomes from this. You're going to win or lose. If you win, you win good. If you lose small. So yeah, that's why, guys, hopefully you've not cut off already, and you've not had enough of me waffling on. I did put this one on. This was just a mock I put on to see what happened, because I had the rest of the day off today. Take the dogs out with the girlfriend, go down the canal and enjoy life, which is what trading's all about, freedom. I come back to find it didn't tap into this imbalance at all, and it didn't tap into this order block. So it was a mock anyway, but even if it's a real, there's no money lost. So we need to get rid of that. And then, yeah, pretty much, guys, all we do now is, and all you should do after a good trading day, is remove all drawings. Go to this, remove all drawings. Literally remove all drawings from everything and start fresh, either the night before you want to trade, or if you're a night trader, then take the afternoon, a couple of hours to set it. But what I like to do, because I try and trade London Open, is the night before I like to kind of give it a basis of what's what, just a fresh head. Give it like half hour, if that, to be fair, 10 minutes is all you need. to just go over the direction of stuff. While you're on it, just to tell you what I am looking for if you're still actually on the channel. If not, I'm just talking to myself. Let me know if you are still on, because I want to know how I can make you lot engage longer and whatnot. So basically, here we've got a nice daily supply block. And as you know, we have tapped the daily demand. So we are playing between this kind of range at the minute. But because the overall is sells on the bigger time frame, the daily, but the zoomed out version, the overall is sells. So, and this was very close to breaking this low. I'm actually looking for sells tomorrow morning, which will be, in fact, it'll probably be the same day as I'm going to upload this video. So it'll be the 23rd of March. So I'm actually looking for sells either in this area if I get lower confirmation on the hourly. If not, we're going to take this high out and possibly tap into this, because as you can see, this is relatively clean. All these wicks have mitigated the previous zones. There is a tiny bit of imbalance there, but not a great deal. So the other option is what might happen, guys, is, and this is what I'm genuinely looking for. So I'm looking for maybe soon as the market opens tomorrow, possibly sells. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to trade tomorrow because I had a really good day today and a win yesterday. So I'm not fully sure if to put your emotional state through it. But yeah, I'm looking for that effectively to tap into some of these imbalances and maybe make lower lows. We might go up again and then shoot down. But yeah, see what happens there. That's one scenario, guys. The other scenario is to take out, because there'll be a lot of money above this high now. So it might be a case of we might range for a little bit and then take out the high, tap into a higher supply area, and then start seeing lower lows, lower highs, blah, 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 into the same zones I was on about a second ago. So yeah. So as you can see, we are selling because we've got a higher high there. We've got a higher high there. And obviously that has been broke. So this is our actual range now, is between this whole area. So I still need to do a video of the whole kind of the process I do, but it's very similar to what I'm showing you now. Basically but it's on all time frames. So we're in the discount here. That's barely tapped it. I'd like it to go a bit deeper into discount before we see any moves down, unless I get the confirmation on this supply block. So this one up here, guys, EU 6-hour breakdown, that is a video that's either been uploaded or it's getting uploaded. If you can give them both a watch, let me know what you think and the way I trade. If you appreciate the way I trade and the videos, then let me know, because I love doing videos for you guys, and I want to see feedback, how I can make them better, clearer, you name it. And yeah, so I'll leave that with you guys. That's how I got the 10.25% trade this morning, and I will catch you on the next one.